To do a 5-day series on coping with anxiety or coping with depression. To me, even though depression and anxiety are two different conditions, I think a lot of times they go hand in hand. Um, and the 5-day series, I believe, can work for coping with either anxiety or depression. So, today on day one, I'm going to talk about having a gratitude list. I think it is extremely important to look for things within your day to be thankful for. Because if you're thankful for things and you realize all the good that God puts into your life, it's a lot harder to be anxious or depressed. When I first started out trying to overcome my depression and anxiety, it was so hard for me to think of things to be thankful for. I a lot of times every day would do the same list. I was thankful for my kids and thankful for my husband and my parents and my brother and the same list. But what's really important about a gratitude list is looking for different things throughout each unique day to find things that you're grateful for. And sometimes if I find myself slipping back into my depression, I will start every day throughout the day and be thankful for everything and anything I can think of because God has put so many miracles here on this earth for us all to enjoy. And I think a lot of times we are so wrapped up in our own mind and our own conditioning that we don't even realize the miracles that He puts before our eyes. So for some examples of what to be thankful for, if you go on a walk, be thankful you can walk. Be thankful you can see. Be thankful for the different colored leaves that are outside. Be thankful for the fact it hasn't snowed yet. Be thankful for um, your shoes and your clothes and I mean, there's just so many things, the squirrels and the animals and the nature that's out there, this beautiful earth that God has given us. um, a lot of times I'll wake up in the morning and thank God that He woke me up, and thank God for coffee, and thank you for um, the kids being able to go to school so I can work on my business at home. Be thankful for, there's just so many things. I'll be outside and it'll be a little cold and I'll want to complain, gosh, it's cold out here. No, but God, thank you that I'm alive and that, the cold is there and is controllable. And, sometimes, we have to thank God for things we don't like. Um, I remember back when I first started my overcoming depression phase, and I would get into a lot of fights with my kids, and they just seemed uncontrollable for a while. And I think a lot of that was a reflection on me and the fact that I was so anxious and depressed, because kids are so in tune to what's going on with their parents. Anyway, and I would tell my counselor, I'm like, man, I had nothing to be thankful for. All I did is fight with my kids and husband all day. And she's, reminded me, well, be thankful that you didn't kill your kids, be thankful that, your husband is there and that you're not a single mom. And even though it can be difficult sometimes, you do have support. And, I think sometimes we got to think outside the box and look for those beautiful miracles that God has given us. Um, let's see here, what else? You can be thankful, for having a home to live in. I was homeless for a little while, and I had to thank God every day for giving me a home. Even when I was homeless, I started thanking God for giving me a home because, we can manifest in our lives what we want if you think about it enough. And so instead of thinking about how I was homeless, I thought about when I have a home. And so having a gratitude list and looking for the little things throughout your life that God has given you will definitely help you set your mind off of yourself and how you feel when you are anxious or depressed, and put your mind onto good things that God has given in this world. So it for day 1 here, and we'll see you tomorrow with day 2. Have a great day.